The lesson.
Oh yeah.
There used to be, what did I listen to growing up was a couple of the radio stations would be P Jams on 3CR, AM radio station in Fitzroy. And there was also Frenzy had a radio station, I think there as well, was doing a radio show. Chrissy Step in the AM obviously, DJ C, Beats and Things, and also Chrissy did with Ransom. You had Pulsation Club on 3RRR. That was on Friday nights, I think it was, back in the day. Then you had also Skull Cave, Friday afternoons on Triple R. You had Wheels of Steel. Just from memory, there's a few that we used to have in Melbourne that were all playing good stuff. I remember Pulsation Club was great because that was around a time when the Euro music was really still big in the early 80s and that. And they would play that, and then at like 11 o'clock till midnight or 10 to 11, there was a segment, they did an hour segment of international like hip hop, and they'd pretty much play whatever's happening out of UK. And like they'd play like, I remember listening one time, they had the DJ Cheese section on where he was scratching, and they had the surfboard thing, and it was just, radio, but it sort of gave us an ear to the world, at that time. It was really good because, we were very limited to what we had back then. I'm talking like 85, 84, around that time, 86, any in that period. And it wasn't until Central Station Records come along with their two little stores. I remember walking in there and buying my first record in there, was 2-3 Break, B-Boys. And then I got a copy of Renegades of Funk while I was there as well, picture cover. And that was awesome, great little store.
And was any one of those particular platforms prominent for like the live, dudes coming in and spitting bars? Like
No, not back then. No, we used to have in the city square where I think now is the Hilton Hotel in front there. In that open area, there was a cafe there right now, but it used to be dipped down into the city square, and used to have MCs come and rhyme there a lot. Used to have like some of the gang MCs like MC3, Hills Posse, people like that, 3174, come there and get on the mic and do stuff there. It was really good. That was when they had the yellow oblique thing, the Peril, it was called the Peril. But that Peril's now down near the aquarium down along the water there. Down there somewhere. Yeah, they've relocated there. But anyway, we used to do that there, and they had the big break battles in the city square there on a Sundays. And that was a big meeting point for a lot of hip hop back in the day. Mostly the Graph and the B-Boys, and when the MC started to MC.
And did you have much involvement into the graffiti side of things?
No. I mean, look, like I said, growing up, we dabbled in it, went out and painted stuff, did some walls and stuff along the lines and that. But nothing worthy of continuing on with it. It was like I enjoyed doing it on paper, but can control was a real issue, I guess. Did some, but it was like that and nerves of like not getting caught. I think the worst thing that happened to me was once you start to create an attitude, and I was in Richmond Station down the bottom platforms where you can't exit, and I was like just tagging up on the walls there, and people walking past and we just still tagging, didn't care because you create this attitude of like nonchalant. And I remember the security came down, everyone, and they took us in the office, and we had a bag full of spray cans, outlines, and they took us in the office there, and I was with this other guy from, I think it was DLB crew, the Lawbreakers, and the cops go, what's this? And we had torches as well, and the cops came, and I had all these Posca markers, and I had them in my pants, and I go, I got to go to the toilet, and the security guy let me go to the toilet outside, and he waited outside, so I went in and stashed all the markers up on the window, and he went back in, I had nothing on me, and the cops came in and goes, well, what's going on? And they saw the outline, and they were pissed. The Met guys were pissed at the time, and I remember the cop going, did you do it? And the cop knew one of the guys I was with from the DLB crew, and he was smirking, and we go, nah, man. He goes, what's all the paint? Oh, we're painting my mate's cubby house billy cart thing or whatever he's got, go-kart thing. And that's why we're going over there. And he's like, oh, okay, so you didn't do nothing? No. And then he goes, all right, I'm going to piss off. told us to go. But at the same time, while we were waiting for the cops, that same day on the Age newspaper, it said, headlines on the front page said, "Darling, you're beautiful." And it was a picture of Darling Station, and it had a big graffiti mural on the station. And it was on the front page of the Age. And so he was furious. And I remember in Richmond Station, the office they took us into, there was a door. And as you walk in the door, there's all these racked up on the wall, all these photo albums. And I think they were just all pieces, you know, trying to take the picture of what we had with our tags and trying to match it up. I don't know, but I can't remember. But I remember seeing all the photo albums on the wall there like that. And then they came out and he was furious. He threw the paper down. And my mate had a spray can rolled up in a magazine as well the whole time, and he didn't even realise. And yeah, they let us go. So they couldn't pin us, you know. Even though it was fresh paint. I remember this is the Met guy come down and he goes, "I've got a cold and I can still smell paint." I go, "Good luck, man," you know. But that's the attitude you had. But for me, I sort of stopped doing it. I was like, "Oh man, that's close," you know. I just stopped. I said, "You know what, I'm more into the music than this." And I just focused more on the collecting the records. I used to love buying records, and just kept going from then on, man.
Yeah, no, shout outs to writers for putting their neck out there all the time.
Yeah, that was crazy back then, you know. And I mean, that's why I give props to many of the writers, man. You know, Ransom and Peril, Paris, you know. Yeah, they were really puzzled. Jewel, they were all really killing it, you know, doing great things. Yeah, New, all them guys. Gosh.
The lesson. 27. Oh yeah.